You're listening to the most authentic place in sports. It's the You're listening to the most authentic place in sports. It's the Sports Headline Show. Here are your hosts, Sean Davis and Warner Sanker.
Welcome back, everybody, to the most authentic place in sports, the Sports Headline Show. Man, we really got to get a new intro. Second episode with our guy, Warren Bruner.
It's not Warner. It's not Warner.
See, this is how you know it's not Warner. Because Warren talked during the beat drop. He should be canceled.
At least I don't tell you to stop dancing after the beat. So
I don't dance on the beat with you. I only do that with Warner.
You did it. You did it. Not yesterday, but the day before that.
But I still let the beat drop. The beat has to drop, Warren.
It's going to be changed soon anyway, so it doesn't really matter, does it?
Well, the beat drop's going to be there. It's just like it'll be Sean Davis and Warren Bruner instead of Sean Davis and Warner Sanker.
Sean Davis, Warren Bruner, and Warner Sanker.
That's a lot.
We need all three of us. We need all three of us on one podcast, but we need a bid for Warner's time.
we gotta schedule that thing out 8 months in advance to get Warren free. Welcome back in. This is episode 161 of the Sports Headline Show. Got a bunch of content coming your way over the next couple of months. Let's get to some housekeeping stuff really quickly. Warren is still here, obviously. Obviously, really quick. If you guys are looking to go to any baseball games here in the summer, any concerts, like I know here in Cincy, you have the Taylor Swift concert that is probably completely sold out, if it's not already. You're going to want to use SeatGeek, the #1 ticketing provider. Shout out to SeatGeek. You need tickets, get 100%. Get the best deals on 100% authentic tickets at SeatGeek. Use promo code SportsHeadlines for $20 off your first purchase of $50 or more. Go over to SeatGeek.com to get started today. And then also go over to check out our Substack, sportsonlinepodcast.substack.com to get exclusive access to NBA, NFL, and draft content only on sportsonlinepodcast.substack.com. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on that post notification bells, and follow us on Twitter at Sean_DABI. It adds Sports Headline 8 for up-to-the-minute announcements and polls of what you want to see next. It's going to be a busy
and the Instagram.
Yes.
Sports Headlines Pod, the Sports Headlines POD, and you have Sports Headlines on TikTok. And go follow the YouTube channel as well. Sports Headlines Podcast.
Yeah, it's gonna be a busy next couple of months. So just in terms of what we got planned, the NBA draft is on Thursday. So what we got after the NBA draft is Thursday. We got I'm gonna have my NBA draft grades for all 30 teams, whether they make a pick or not. I'm gonna have draft grades for them. And then around the same time, the first NFL preseason power rankings episode will release later on this week. We're looking at a target date for Friday, but the first power rankings episode will drop later on this week. Like I said, the NBA draft grades video will also drop this week. Videos, well, it'll be about 6 videos because there's 6 divisions, if I recall correctly. Wait, Pacific, Northwest, Southwest, Southeast, Atlantic. Yeah, there's 6 divisions. So 6 draft videos coming up. And yeah, we're going to finish our preseason power rankings this year. And then in between that, you'll have other great solo videos, other great content, and then you'll have these podcasts. The podcast won't be as frequent once we get started with the shows, like the draft grades and the power rankings. But we will continue. You'll for sure get like 2 podcasts a week at the most limited. But Warren, what are we here for today, man? It's gonna be a fun show.
First, let's kick things off with the Hornets. So we know we did a lot of rumors with Brandon Miller and Scoot, and Sean's gonna go first. What's your take on the Hornets organization as a whole?
There is a reason why bad franchises stay bad. And it's Scoot Henderson. And by the way, there is still very possible that they take Scoot Henderson. It's possible that they trade out of the pick, right? But there's a reason why bad franchises stay bad. And what the Charlotte Hornets are potentially going to do is why bad franchises stay bad. If they take Brandon Miller at 2, right, and instead of taking Scoot Henderson, who is the better player by far, in any other draft class, Scoot Henderson is the number 1 overall pick, almost undisputedly. Without that alien Victor Wembanyama in it. And this is almost like I've compared this a ton to like Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson back in the 2021 draft, 2021 NFL draft, where the entire draft cycle we were saying Trevor Lawrence is the number 1 pick and he's the better player. Mm-hmm. And then up like a week or 2 before draft day, it's like, ooh, is Zach Wilson? Ooh, is Zach Wilson going to go number 1? Almost like we were just bored of talking about Trevor Lawrence. And like, shocker, Trevor Lawrence is undoubtedly the best quarterback to come out of that draft. Justin Fields is probably 2. Actually, not probably. Justin Fields is 2.
I think you got that mixed up. I think it's more like Trevor Lawrence number 1, and then we're talking
everybody
about
else.
And we're talking about Mac Jones going number 2. Remember leading up, Mac Jones was always as high as number 3 to the 49ers.
Mac did go up. 49ers was 3. The Jets were always 2. That's my point. That's why I said Zach.
Yeah.
But it's like we're getting bored of this Scoot Henderson thing where it's like, dude, he has the second highest potential in this draft class. Even like if the shooting, like let's say he's a career like 32% 3-point shooter, he's still at worst an all-star when he hits his peak. That's how good this kid's gonna be. The best pick and roll player in this draft class. A really fluid off-ball cutter as well, which honestly makes the shooting off ball not as big of a deal because he's such a good cutter off the ball. And then I'll end my point on here in terms of my Scoot kind of eval in the fit with the Hornets. LaMelo Ball why can't LaMelo Ball play off ball? Like I just think that you take best player available in the top 10. Because for the most part, especially in this year's draft, the top 10 players are the top 10 players for the most part, right? There's not going to be much, I'm trying to think of the right word here. There's not going to be much change, if you will, from people's top 10s, right? Like for the most part, it's the same. So you take the best player at 2, and the best player is Scoot Henderson. Now, after the top 10, where I think that's where you can start having the conversation about fit, then sure, right? Sure, you can maybe make Brandon Mills a cleaner fit, but Scoot Henderson's the better player for sure, at least. And then just figure it out later. Take Scoot, take the best player available, and go from there. Figure it out later, man. Don't overthink the process. Like, the Hornets are not a team where I'm like, go fit. Hornets are a basketball team. I'm like, dude, just get a damn good player. The Lakers, the Heat, the Warriors, those are okay. You got to get like a dude that can play, like a good fit, right? Because those teams are trying to maximize the window. They're still competing. The Hornets, the Jazz, the Rockets, the Hawks, I'd even argue, you need to just take best player available. It's like, dude, the Hornets are gonna mess this up, but it's gonna piss me off on draft night.
So I think teams definitely do get caught up in the different things, and they overthink the process. So if you do pass up on Scoot, you're passing up on a generational talent. Brandon Miller could still be a guy that you can go to, but I think Scoot is that guy that you would need to go to win big games. And so I was talking about this before. Yesterday's recording got messed up, so I'm gonna say it today. What's gonna happen when LaMelo Ball hits his next contract and it's over, and he wants to win basketball games?
Yeah.
And the Hornets aren't set up to win. What's gonna happen? Are you gonna go into another rebuild mode? And if LaMelo Ball, I'm not gonna say when, but if LaMelo Ball leaves, I just want to know what's next. And let's go into a different world. Let's say you pass up on Scoot and LaMelo Ball leaves, and Scoot becomes this all-star. You're gonna be you're gonna be upset at yourself for overthinking a used decision. So I think Scoot is the consensus #1 prospect outside of Wembanyama, and you just don't overthink. Just don't overthink taking a guy that will help you win games.
Yeah. All right, let's move on here.